Washington Post described it as having the power of the West Wing mated with the sleaze of the Jersey Shore. We're talking about the new book, Capital Girls, released earlier this month. The authors, Amy Reingold and Rauber, join us this morning with more on this new young adult trilogy, and welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Would you call it the sleaze of the Jersey Shore?
Not at all. No, it's a fun read. It's a fun read. I'd say
read.
the fun of being at the Jersey Shore, maybe, but not the sleaze.
Now, who is it aimed at? It's the young readers, is that right? How young?
Young adults, teenagers, anyone,
14.
you know, anyone 15, 14 and up.
Yeah. And really up, all the way. Okay.
Oh, all the way.
Absolutely.
These books are about 4 young women. And I say these books because you're writing a trilogy. The first one has been released. How'd you come up with these 4 characters? Who are they? Are they people you know?
Not specifically. They might, I would say they're a compilation of different
Different girls. I mean, we both raised daughters in DC, so you know, lots of tales, lots of kids to draw on. No one recognizable. I think our daughters would have killed us.
Did your daughters read the book? Do they like it? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't mind. There's no language in there you don't want your daughters to know that you know.
Well, you know, we tried to be realistic.
Yes.
And, you know, kids. You know, kids these days talk that way. Talk about the subjects that are mentioned in the book, and we, you know, so. There's nothing in there that in that sense, isn't sort of real.
I see.
And we got to learn new slang that
some of the raunchy things that kids say these days? Or?
No, those weren't. We didn't need those, but just so I could replace my cool and.
What do they say these days for cool? What's the word for cool?
Sick. Well, though that may be passe now too. So.
Yeah, right.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to read the book so I can catch up with my kids as well.
Definitely.
Okay. Your characters have politically connected parents. Are these parents based on any people that you know, or characters who are actually here in Washington?
Definitely characters in Washington. No one we know personally.
The President's a woman.
We had fun in your book.
We had fun doing that, and the main girl in the book is dating the president's son, and her mom is White House Chief of Staff.
So it's Capital Girls because it does take place right here in Washington. People who live here, why would they enjoy reading the book in particular?
How would you not want to read about your hometown in a really, it's a sort of an urban fantasy DC style. You'll read about neighborhoods you drive through, neighborhoods you live in. And
places you go, eat, restaurants.
And you have real restaurants, real places in the book.
Yeah.
You both had other careers before you decided to do this. And I know that you're a cordon bleu chef, and you are a journalist.
Yes, I was a political reporter for the New York Post covering national politics for 12 years.
So what was the inspiration to say, hey, let's sit down and see if we can create a bestseller?
Wow, yeah, we definitely were looking for a bestseller in anything we created.
Well, we just, you know, our kids had left, so we were sort of the classic empty nest moms kind of weeping into our coffee, trying to figure out, you know, what do we do now? And Amy came up with an idea of writing a book about what we know best, which are raising teens in DC.
And I saw some pictures that were taken of the two of you down on the floor.
Right.
Did you come up with ideas and just kind of put those ideas on paper and share them and say, hey, let's have this girl do this and this girl? How did you do that?
It's much more organized than the photographs would suggest.
It was?
Oh, definitely, unless the dog wandered through and then caused chaos. But we would do an outline on the computer of the entire story. And then we would get the old scissors and cut the paper apart, the outline apart, because we didn't necessarily want it to go super straight chronologically. We wanted to sort of mix it up. And that's where the floor and
that's
all
when
the
we got down
of
on our hands and knees.
Did you ever disagree on anything? Did you ever fight over any of the characters' moves?
No, actually, just whether I could take a break to get more coffee. That was it.
Well, I guess the really cool thing is your book has already been optioned for a movie.
TV.
So we could see three new movies coming from
wouldn't that be fun?
two Washington Capital Girls.
And filmed here.
Wow,
you could have a cameo.
Oh, well, I'll remember that. Very nice to have you both here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, and good luck with your book and with writing the next 2.